Forget about sustainability, you want to enrich ecosystems.
Every being is equipped to live a positive, energetic balance.
Keep it pruned.
We are cultivating abundance.
Not a problem to cut down trees, the problem is not planting them.
Hi guys, welcome to another Agroforestry Academy video. Let's do a little follow-up here on that plot that we planted in our practical activity module in our course. Okay, and in this particularly tree bed here we've planted collard greens, but in other beds we've planted some cabbage and some broccolis. Okay, this plot here is about 35 days old now from when we planted the seeds in the seedling, so let's check it out. As you can see, they're beautiful healthy leaves. Obviously, you know, here and there we have a little bit of we're sharing with the animals, so I'd say here we're looking at about maximum 20% is not good for sale. Maximum 20%. As you can see, so many beautiful leaves we're harvesting. So really that 20%, you know, it's either going to feed back the soil, or it's going to feed the chicken, or it's going to feed the family. Really, it's really within all the good margins. Look at the banana coming out nicely. And one thing we need to remember, this area here is brand new. And what I mean by brand new is that there was no agroforestry system here prior to this. This is a brand new agroforestry system in a soil that was, you know, literally quite dead. There was no life in the soil. All right, I'm at the borders of the forest. As you can see, we've got forest over there, but this is the border. We're expanding the forest this way, so already as this forest here ends, we're this pasture, you know, we're expanding that way. So we're really unbalanced areas which we're bordering here, so we can understand if the corn, you know, it's got that a little bit of unbalance there, but really I'm so not worried about that. You know, we're really going to be harvesting corn, and really it's just a beautiful service plant here for us. One thing I guarantee, I'm not going to be spraying no fancy things, whether it's permitted by the organics certification or not. I'm really interested in working with processes of life. You understand that by now, don't you? Even if I'm spraying natural stuff, I will be getting rid of the bugs that I don't want, but I'll be getting rid of the bugs that I do want as well, and I'm not prepared to do that. So already we've got the coffee with all the new leaves coming through. It's been about a month now. Amazing. Really high protein this, okay? 19 to 20% protein. It's really like beef levels. So as you can see, just when the lettuce was going to be suffocated, we've removed them, and look how beautiful they are. Okay, so let's not forget that this was a tree bed, and all the seeds are popping up there. That one there is a little bit of weed. We've been plucking them slowly. This is baru nut. The next interesting fancy woods all sprouting there. The eucalyptus, you know, it's a little bit slow, but it will come through. It will straighten itself out. These are clones. They came a little bit bent. Look, it might be that sprout there takes its course. Look at that. So that's all been nurtured. Everything is really taking care of them. See, the rain is so heavy that if you didn't have that kind of cover, this is like a greenhouse effect, you know. really is giving it the condition it needs to thrive under the banana, corn and the veg.
See how that turnip really takes over all the space of the vegetable bed. Even though we've used the wood chippings and the horse manure to give it the mulching, the turnip has really occupied that bottom layer, really giving an extra covering of the soil. And it's beautiful to see the tomato branches all pop out and really lie on top of that. You can really save a lot of manpower instead of tying up those tomatoes. Really just nice, natural approach. The odd corn popping up there as well, really nice.
See how the carrots coming through between the lettuce, no problemo. So nice picking of the weed there, just a little bit of that. So we have the coriander, the leeks and the beetroot. All coming through nicely. The beetroot really wants to take the coriander spot, but we've got to hold it there for another week until that's ready to harvest, that coriander. As you can see, things kind of like when they're gonna suffocate, it's gonna be the harvest moment, you see, and it's really benefited from the companion planting, because there would have been other weed there had I not planted the coriander. Living next thing, so that's occupied that space and I'm harvesting. And really, you understand it by now. We're not having to prepare a specific bed for the coriander, it's just bonus of the bonus. And it's really worked out here. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and sometimes, out of the 3-4 crops you plant, one of them don't work out. It's just a matter of experience, and you're working out all the different companion planting, the combinations and that. But this is really interesting. Alright, so this is the lettuce and companion planting with the carrots and the radish. Okay, we're really going to be removing the radish now. As you can see, the lettuce has suffocated it, so it's really the right time to remove it. Let's have a look what it's looking like. Wow, that's nice. So as you can see, it's suffocating it. But look at the health of that. That's just basically beautiful and perfect. As good as that, beautiful and perfect. So we're going to be going ahead and harvesting that now. And as you can see, there was no trouble with the companion planting here. When it needed to be removed, it was removed. But that was the right time of the harvest. So perfect. Okay, so this is the coffee system. There's not much to say here. Everything's coming on very nicely. It's not harvest time for nothing yet. All we want to really check out is that look how the beans are thriving here. They're really thriving. There's a lot of stimulation from the corn. It's really trying to stick his head out, so that's giving it stimulation to grow further. The cassavas are coming through in the middle. The coffees are sprouting the new leaves, right? So really there's not much mystery here. We haven't seen the papayas sprout yet, but they're not so quick on that. It's been about 3 weeks since I laid the seed. I laid the seed at a later date than we planted the system, which was about a month ago. So there we have it. The coffee system is coming through nicely. Tree bed next to it. Look at that. Look at that. The eucalyptus is quite slow in the beginning, It's the only phase of its life that is a little bit delicate, a little bit sensitive, because after it's grown, it accepts a lot of pruning, it accepts a lot of beating. It always comes back stronger. But at this stage, it is a little bit fragile in the beginning. Beautiful. Okay, and the grass system as well, it's not behind the rest, it's really nice as well. We've got the elephant grass already established itself in the edges. We've got the Guinea grass really coming through there. It's going to be beautiful, really successful. It looked really shy in the beginning, but as you can see, it's recovering. See, there's parts where it's looking really shy still, the Guinea grass, but you know it's going to come, you know, this big bush grass thing is going to come, not to worry. So we've got the beans and the corn here. Again, we've got the beans and the corn. So, you know, already we can see grass here. And I'm going to be looking maybe in about a week from now to give it a trim on that, just to stimulate it growing and really invest in the roots at the moment. It's obviously not time to harvest, but if I give it a trim, I'm just giving it the extra power in the root, just establishing, and the next one that comes through is going to be stronger than the first. You know, it's like cutting hair, you know, the first one's a little bit thin, you've cut it, it's now establishing itself, it's like getting thicker and getting stronger. So we're going to be trimming this, but not yet. And all that organic matter is really established. You know, we put so much of it. I'm wondering what's happening underneath it. Let's have a look. Okay, really nice dark soil already. Really nice roots already. Roots from where? You know, probably from the elephant grass. So already structuring the soil. Very nice. Okay, so the sweet potatoes are really looking to close up on that now. They're really closing, you know, the bed, really covering the soil. So we did cover the soil initially with the shredded wood and horse manure, but now, you know, the sweet potatoes got to take that over and it's got to really maintain it covered. It's really got to guarantee, you know, because as the rain comes, you know, the tendency is for that matter to leave the area. But, you know, we can do what it wants now because we've got the sweet potato covering the soil and keeping that health. And look how amazing the cassavas have popped its head out, the taros have popped its head out. So it's really going to be occupying different layers. It's beautiful.